tried rushing through police in riot gear to crash the Klan rally, unsuccessfully.
It's so sad. It's so sad. This is not America today.
Jasper hasn't felt itself since James Byrd's brutal murder, dragged to his death from a pickup truck. 3 men under arrest have possible Klan ties. The Klan denies that, but their noisy rally picked at Jasper's racial anxiety.
This one white boy that ain't afraid of your threat.
If everything was white, it wouldn't be right. You need to fix your feet before you talk.
I do believe the blacks are trying to take over. I believe that.
A few arrests, but no one hurt.
Disturbances in the street.
After the rally, more trouble. As the Klan was leaving, angry onlookers tried to rock one of their cars. Another arrest, but again, the only real injury, another glancing blow to Jasper's sense of self.
The new Black Panther Party held a counter-protest, saying they wanted to protect black citizens from the Klan. Several tried to push through police lines to reach Klan members. One man was arrested after he tried to confront Klansmen leaving the rally.
Spread
becomes a magnet for anger and hate.
From ABC News.
Bob McNamara was there.
The tension was as thick as East Texas heat. The cops.
Are you committed to a peaceful day?
The questions. The Klan. The kind of attention no town wants.
This is my city. If I can't walk on my own streets, where in the hell can I go?
At most, 20 were robed and hooded in their symbols of hate.
We are for white and white only.
And then marched in about the same number of new Black Panthers.
You lied on us the last time and said that our guns were not loaded. We'll let you know they're loaded today.
With every business on the courthouse square closed for the day and several people detained by police, this Deep South passion play was acted before as many cameras as a Super Bowl.
Now we're coming back with the real army, you no-good racist bastards!
Almost forgotten was James Byrd Jr., the man dragged to his death earlier this month, and his 3 accused killers suspected of having white supremacist ties.
We will leave this courthouse.
Let's go! Let's go!
Fearing serious trouble, the Klan was ordered to leave, and for police, couldn't go fast enough. The Black Panthers claimed victory for ending it all.
Sir, would you step out of my way?
Tonight, after lots more heat and little light shed on this case, it is quiet here. But
the killing of James Byrd Jr., chained to the back of a pickup truck and dragged to his death, allegedly by 3 white men, 2 of whom authorities believe had connections with white supremacist groups.
White power!
But if peace was the Klan's message today, it seemed lost behind their hoods and their history of hate.
Get your weapons up, folks!
About 30 black Muslims and Black Panthers came to Jasper as well. Kept apart from the Klansmen, they clutched their guns and tried to look tough.
We have brought our God and our guns, and we will blast their ass to hell and back.
That's right.
All week, town leaders have been asking residents of Jasper to stay away from today's demonstration. They wanted to avoid any violence and prevent these groups from getting any more attention than they're already getting.
Many in this town of 8,000 felt the demonstrators were taking advantage of a tragedy. They simply wanted the outsiders to go home. There was a brief scuffle between black Muslims and some Klansmen. 2 people were arrested. But by 3 o'clock, the show was over. The Klan moved on, so did the cameras. All that remained was the memory of the horrible thing that happened here. One shiny new grave in this old Texas town. Anderson Cooper, ABC News, Jasper.
The town where a black man was dragged to his death earlier this month in what is being called a hate crime was ground zero today for a race-based show of force. Here's NBC's Jim Cummins.
Today, Jasper, Texas belonged to outsiders, at least for a few hours. There were about 20 members of the Ku Klux Klan on the courthouse square, and about the same number of armed black militants at the barricades 1 block away. Between them, hundreds of police officers, many of them in riot gear. Most of the people who live here stayed away.
I wish they would go on and leave us alone. I wish everybody would get out. We don't need the KKK. We don't need the Black Panthers.
This is about the brutal murder of James Byrd, Jr., the black man who was dragged to death behind a pickup truck. The 3 murder suspects are white. When the Klan announced its plans to rally here and a group called the New Black Panthers promised to confront the Klan, Byrd's family released a statement urging peace. It read, "Let this horrendous violation of the sanctity of life not be a spark that ignites more hatred and retribution." Sheriff Billy Rose was impressed.
The family, the Byrd family, what great people, and in this type of adversity, that family has toted the mail for us.
There was a news conference of community leaders of both races urging residents to stay away from today's demonstrations.
Jasper's healing process has begun and does not need to be disrupted by outsiders seeking attention for themselves or their causes.
Once the Klan rally ended, the police hustled them out of town. There was some scuffling and 2 arrests for disorderly conduct, but most people who live here are relieved it's over. Sheriff Bowles now hopes the attempts at racial healing in Jasper can resume.
The bottom line is no one was hurt, no property was destroyed, and no one's civil rights were violated. Everybody got to say what they wanted to.
Meanwhile, prosecutors say they plan to seek capital murder charges against at least 2 of the suspects when they present their case to a grand jury July 6th. Jim Cummins, NBC News.